on tight as the nights get colder. City zipped up and the hood on my shoulders. Haters looking green like a 3-leaf clover. I got a pair of everything I know of. I got gear that's free like bail. Watch me rock it, double they sales. Every day new jeans and a new shirt. From next year it's like a back from the future. A fly outfit on my hoverboard. Take that off and put this logo on your chest. Rep the West downtown to Sunset, Melrose to Fairfax. Damn, I'm fresh.
I got a fetish for these kicks, fetish for these jeans, a fetish for my hoodie, gotta have it, I'm a fiend. Fetish for these kicks, a fetish for these jeans, a fetish for my hoodie, fetish.
How the Far East movement pretty much started was, before we were just fans of music. We would download constant music, always on Napster, wherever you name it, we would download music and just freestyle write to like any track we could download. That turned into learning how to record, getting our, let's say, going around Los Angeles, anywhere we could, to an open mic, to any type of event, and performing. Wasn't until, I'd say, we started getting serious. A first event we threw, it was for a charity around Koreatown to help raise money for a drug rehabilitation center, something that James, actually, his family knew about. So we went and threw an event. It was our first event, threw it in K-Town. We didn't think much of it. We just hit up every local hip-hop show, passing out flyers when flyers used to make sense. And then ended up packing like 800 people in there, like surpassing any night they've ever had there. It was like one of the craziest nights, to the point where...
before that, there was like 9 people.
Yeah, 9 people. They literally ran out of alcohol like by 12 o'clock, which is like unheard of. So from then we realized, wow, you know, this is something serious. We met our manager, Carl. By then we realized together we had the same vision as far as the Far East movement and what we wanted to do. So we just got on the, you know, hit up every Hollywood club we could perform at, anywhere in Southern California, constantly trying to perfect making new songs, learning how to produce, learning how to really put together an album. And then we finally got a track placed on Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. That was a real first thing that I'd say, quote unquote, put us on a kind of map as far as the internet. That really helped catapult us to like meet a lot more people through that, and more constant shows. We were able to meet DJ Virman, who was the 4th member of the Far East movement. He was also DJ on Power 106, who we were fans of. We grew up, you know, listening to him on the radio, so it was an honor to put him in the group. And then from then, you know, as the story goes, we had our first song ever on the radio, which was, what, 2008?
Was it 7?
2007. It was a track with Baby Bash and Little Rock called You've Got a Friend. And that one hit the top 4 in LA. It was a really big song in LA and Phoenix, a few other markets. And I mean, then we followed that one up with Lil Rodden, and now we are here with our Animal album out and Girls on the Dance Floor. And that's kind of how the quick story of how we got started as a Far East movement.
Right now, we're actually working on a lot of different things. First and foremost, we're promoting our song "Girls on the Dance Floor," you know, produced by our homies, The Stereotypes, and it's gotten a lot of spins out on radio stations in the West Coast, from anywhere from San Diego to Seattle. You know, we've gotten a lot of spins in Los Angeles thanks to, you know, different radio stations like, you know, Power 106 and AMP and Latino. A lot of different stations have been supporting us. We're getting spins in Arizona, but we definitely want to make this a nationwide track. We definitely want to make our music more nationwide, and so hopefully, you know, we can do that, and we're pushing as much as we can. We were just out in New York a couple weeks ago. We're going out to Chicago, where we're getting a lot of spins out there this week. So we're definitely going out doing our promotions of that. We're always working on new music. We have a new song right now that we're finishing up right now with your boy, who has like pretty much one of the hottest songs in LA, called "We Run LA" with Doc Hollywood. So we're finishing that song up. You know, constantly doing shows, because as independent artists, at least for now, we're definitely trying to, you know, we'll link up with the right partners to make us as worldwide as possible. But for now, as independent artists, we have to make sure that, you know, we're seen on every different aspect as possible, like visually, because, you know, a lot of times, like with radio spins, it's great because they get familiarity with the song, but it's not like they all the time they get to you know, put a face to a name. When you're looking at Lil Wayne, you'll see Lil Wayne on a poster, then you'll see him on Double XL, then you'll see him on The View, then he's on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And then he's performing his song on MTV. That's how you correlate the two together. And then you're like, oh, Get Money. You, that was, you know, Young Money. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it fits together like that. And since we're independent, we try to do as much of our own PR as possible. We have some help from a lot of our friends that we grew up with. We try to get, you know, whatever ads we can, whatever you know, interviews we can do with, you know, people like yourself, you know, that so we can get that all out there and do as many performances as possible, so, you know, people can equate the name with the music at the same time. So we're doing that. We're making our music. We're building our business. We have, you know, with our manager Carl, we're working on a few different artists right now, like Jason Ma and Jin, working on their music and their business infrastructure, and just doing as much as we possibly can, because in the end, people don't realize that, you know, the music is definitely something that we do for fun, and we love to do it. At the same time, this is our career. This is our life choice. Just like, you know, an attorney, you know, has to go 9 to 5 and do his work, or 9 to 9 for an attorney, or, you know what I'm saying, or a doctor has to dedicate their first 32 years of their lives just to going to school, you know, and being on call at the hospital at any time as possible. It's the same thing with the music. You got to give it your 110%, because there's a lot of talented artists out there, a lot of people who are dedicated to their craft, and the only way you can be anything, you know, just like anything, is you have to stay committed and work as hard as possible.
As Far East Movement, we're both producers and we're artists as well, and we really try to separate the two as far as when it comes to a finished product. So as a Far East Movement, you know, we're constantly trying to break in mainstream top 40, but with a specific sound. We want to go with the party sound, really dance heavy sound, stuff that inspires us when we're on the road touring, going to the clubs around Los Angeles. Just our influences. You know, being in LA, we were influenced by streetwear, by racing. I mean, every type of culture in a city block. You name all that, you're gonna hear that in Far East Movement's music. When we produce projects for other artists, like for, let's say, Jin, we did ABC Jin, we really try to put ourselves in the mind frame of that artist and really kind of wash out any like Far East movementalism or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we want
move mentality.
We want to wash that out, and so we come in with a clean slate and really build a beat that, one, we feel will fit the artist and their brand, and two, the artist will actually like. You'll feel like it's part of his song. So when we made ABC Jin just had ideas. He wrote ideas on a napkin, like, I want to do a song about dim sum. I want to do a song about instant noodles, but a love song. It's like, wow. So we had to interpret that, make it what we felt fit him, and also made we knew that it was an album that was going to be from Hong Kong. So we made sure that it had a sense of an older school hip hop. It wasn't as like electro, new school as what's going on in LA right now. But we really tried to make it something that we felt would work for Hong Kong. And it ended up working. It won an award out there on the Hong Kong radio charts and all that. So congrats to Jin. He did an amazing job on there. But, you know, that was an instance of us really having to step outside of Far East Movement and learn about what Jin would like.
When it comes to networking, you have to also know that you have to treat every person that you ever meet with absolute utmost respect, because you never know who's going to turn out to help you out. We've had many times where, you know, and you treat shows the same way, you know, because we might have shows. We've had many shows where there's like 4 people in the audience, and there's like, you know, 5 of us on 6, 7, 8 people on stage, including some of our friends, and you know, and those shows, they might not seem like you're touching anybody, but if you hit one extra person, it really makes that much of a difference. We've had shows where, you know, there was not a lot of people there, but at the same time, the person that was there just happens to be, you know, like an educational, you know, head in Brazil, and just happens to fly us out there for a performance, you know, a couple of months later. You know, you just never know how opportunities arise, so you have to make sure you treat every opportunity and every person with the utmost respect, because maybe most of the time things won't come through, but the times that they do, you know, they can be life-changing experiences.